College Football Update with your host, Sean Spencer and Alex Loosemore.
Look, we are here. This is College Football Update. We're talking about college football back, but we got to get into some of these storylines, Alex, because now that college football season is back, you start to really pick up on things that are happening. And I think we'd be lying if we said that there was any bigger story than Deion Sanders taking his son, taking the corner, Travis Hunter, both of his sons, as a matter of fact, the corner, Travis Hunter, getting all those 86 new players over to Colorado, a team that was 1-11 last year. I'm not going to lie. I was one of those ones that was very skeptical. I didn't think that Colorado could. I don't want to say I didn't think they could get it done, but I definitely did not expect to see what I saw. Talk to me about this, Alex, because they looked great.
Yeah. I mean, even I was like, if I had to pick an upset this week, it was Colorado over TCU. Mm-hmm. I didn't think they'd look that good. No. Because it's not like, I mean, TCU played nowhere near what they were last year. Right. But it's not like TCU played like a bad football team. I mean, They still put up 42 points. So that offense was humming. It's just that defense couldn't do anything. Now, I mean, Shedeur was the one where he surprised me well beyond expectations. Yep. I was like, I feel like he can come in, be like a good starter in college, but not that like top tier guy. And he made NFL throw after NFL throw after NFL throw. I mean, he only had 9 incompletions the entire game.
Yeah.
He was 38 of 47, 510 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. That might be my brother. Because me and him had a debate the other day. He came for a visit, and we were going back and forth about Colorado. So they're going to be a very good football team this year. I had 5 or 6 wins. I'm looking at 7 wins now. I still just don't think they're going to be good enough to take on Oregon on the road. USC at home is one where realistically, if they play like that, they could take them.
Exactly.
Especially with how bad USC's defense is.
Right.
But I'm still leaning SC in that one. Oregon State is a more complete team. So I'm leaning them as well. Going to LA to play UCLA, not big on that. If it was in Boulder, I would take them. But with it being in LA, I'm leaning the Bruins. And then Utah on the road to end the season. I don't think they're at the level where they can take those teams yet.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's still a good 7-5. And with Deion and the notoriety there and the notoriety of Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders, they're going to be in a pretty good bowl game for a 7-5 record, and they're going to compete with pretty much anyone you'll throw at them. Yeah. Because I think all those losses they're going to have are going to be close losses. I don't think they're going to get blown out a single game this year.
Well, see, that's my thing. I mean, exactly what you just did. I think we have to go back over the schedule and reevaluate it because I didn't expect this. I didn't expect this team to come out where Shedeur is throwing 500 yards. You know what I mean? Their running back has 4 touchdowns. You know what I mean? And Travis Hunter, I mean, shout out to – look, when they said he was going to play that both ways, I was like, okay, that's cool. Maybe that worked at Jackson State. But, again, this is D1 ball. Hey, I was wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to say it right now. I was wrong. That man is a dog. Both ways. 11 receptions on one side for over 100 yards. Had a pick on the other side. But the biggest part about that on defense is I'm looking at the stats, and I'm like, I don't see tackles. I don't see anything. But then I look at who was guarding. I don't see receptions. Yep. He's shutting down that guy. And one of the things that they said he was saying is that when he would come out of the huddle, he said, you take those 10. I got him. I'm wiping him off.
And the fact that he did that while still putting up those numbers he did at receiver.
Come on.
So flipping impressive. And I've been saying to my brother and everyone, pump the brakes, pump the brakes, pump the brakes.
Yep.
But it's hard not to throw him right up at the top of the Heisman conversation right now.
Yeah.
For what he did. Now we got to see how much he consists, because there's no way he's playing 150 snaps a game for 12 games. It's not happening. Nobody's doing that.
Right.
But I mean, I think, and I don't like comparing people to this guy, but Travis reminds me a lot of a Charles Woodson type. With that ability to lock down a guy on the outside, his ability to be that dynamic weapon on the offense. I see shades of Charles Woodson.
Oh, yes. To your point, Travis Hunter balled out. And I love the comparison to Charles Woodson, because you want to talk about somebody that you knew he could shut down deep. We know how great he is on one side of the ball. But to have the performance that he had on the offense, I mean, honestly, he's a premier receiver. You get 11 catches against ECU, like you said, they're no slouch. I mean, come on, give this guy some love, man, for real.
Well, I mean, the other really impressive thing with Colorado is just comparing the one game stats to last year. Right. I mean, we already said they were 1-11 last year. They already got the one win. Last year, they only had 2 100 yards receivers the entire season. They had 4 in this past game. Like, it is just the absolute flip of the switch that Deion's done with these guys is so impressive. Now we just need to see it on a regular basis.
Right. Now,
that's just the next show me is, can you do it again?
Right. And they have a Nebraska coming up, which we've seen Nebraska struggle late, weren't they? They were up, 10-3, and then gave up 10 points to Minnesota to lose that one. So, then they have their coach, Matt Rule, who's come in. But obviously, honestly, their only real weapon has been Jeff Sims, the quarterback that transferred from Georgia Tech. So if we see this Colorado come in, that's not even going to be a game. They're going to
Well, and the home opener with Deion, like the hype around this game, like I think Boulder's going to be buzzing like it hasn't in decades. I expect Colorado to roll in this game because I've been saying it all week. Nebraska made way too many mistakes that Colorado, one, isn't making. They did not make it against a much better TCU team. And 2, every mistake that TCU made, they took full advantage of.
Yep.
And if you're doing that against the national champion runner-ups, even though they don't have Superman wearing 15 for them anymore, but they're a much better team than Nebraska is. So if Nebraska makes these same mistakes, Colorado is going to get up on them and get up early. And this game will be nasty, I think.
Oh, yeah. And look, and the last little thing on this, we got to remember, there was a couple touchdown passes early that Shedeur threw to Travis Hunter that Travis Hunter dropped. I can think like 2 early TD passes, and there was one pick that not
he
Shedeur,
just
but Travis
stepped
Hunter,
out of bounds. Yeah,
right, where he missed that one. So we could easily be talking about a bigger blowout in this game, but it just happened to be as close as it was, man. And hey, Colorado has things to work on. Absolutely. They only had 55 yards on the ground. They didn't have a consistent running game. And like Alex alluded to in the very beginning, they still gave up 42 points.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? To a team that lost all of that talent. You know what I mean? They gave up 100, I think over 160 to one of the guys. They gave up over 260 yards on the ground in total and over 500 total yards. So there is still stuff that you can work on. But if you put up those numbers on offense, they're going to be perfectly fine.